Alright, so now let's look at an example. Okay. Suppose we have a sample of 1,168 people. Okay. The number of people who say they always wear a seatbelt is 747. Okay. Now this is a wrong answer, right? The answer is you should always wear a seatbelt. Okay. But that's a story for another day. We want to construct the 95% and 99% confidence intervals for the population proportion. Okay. Right. Now, again, let's go ahead and specify what we know, right? We know that n is 1,168. Okay. We can calculate p bar, which is the fraction of people in the sample who always wear a seatbelt, and this number is 747 divided by 1,168. That gives you a sample proportion of 0.64. Okay. So now, in order for the remember that in order for the formula to work, we need to do the check, right? So we need to check n times 1 minus p bar is greater than or equal to 5, and n times p bar is greater than or equal to 5. Okay, both conditions have to be met in order for the formula to work. Okay, so n times 1 minus p bar is 1,168 times 1 minus 0.64, right, which is equal to 421, which is greater than or equal to 5. Okay, and n times p bar is 1,168 times 0.64. That gives us 747, which is also greater than or equal to 5. So we're good. Okay, so now let's go ahead and apply the formula. The formula is p bar plus minus z sub alpha over 2 times the square root of p bar times 1 minus p bar divided by n. Okay. Now let's look at the 95% confidence interval. Okay. Alpha here is 1 minus 0.95, which is 0.05. So alpha over 2 is 0.025. If you look in the standard normal table, z sub 0.025 is 1.96. Okay. So then the 95% confidence interval is going to be 0.64 plus minus 1.96 times the square root of 0.64 times 1 minus 0.64 divided by 1,000 168. Okay, this is equal to 0.64 plus minus 1.96 times 0.014. So that gives you an interval from 0.612 to 0.668. Okay, so that's the 95% confidence interval. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Now for the 99% confidence interval, I'm not going to walk you through this stuff, right? I'm just going to tell you that z sub alpha over 2 is equal to 2.575. This is z sub 0.005. Okay, and so the 99% confidence interval is equal to 0.64 plus minus 2.575 times the square root of 0.64 times 1 minus 0.64 divided by 1168. Okay, and if you do the math, you get the interval from 0.604 to 0.676. Okay, again, the 99% confidence interval is a wider interval than the 95% confidence interval, right? We have talked about this before. The more confident we are, the wider the interval is. Okay.